What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Great news. I'm just finding out that it looks like Nonito Donaire versus Nicholas Walters is being added to the Triple G versus Marco Antonio Rubio card. Now, if this is official and finalized, this is great news. Some of you guys might not know about Walters. If you do, if you follow boxing tough, then this is a great fight. This is a good fight, and it's really going to test Nonito Donaire and to see how much he wants to be a fighter still. You know what I mean? Let me talk about it in this video. Now, Donaire, he's from the Bay Area. I'm from the Bay Area, so I got to give love. I enjoy watching Nonito Donaire. I like to see his rise. Like I said, I like to support local talent. But in recent memory, post Rigondeaux, I've seen a change in Donaire. Mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever you want to call. And he doesn't seem like the same fighter. I even made a video about it because I was concerned. And that was, did Guillermo Rigondeaux take Nonito Donaire's soul? So check it. It's on the channel. I left the video. I leave all my videos up. And I think Rigondeaux took a piece of Nonito Donaire's soul. And I really question how bad he wants to be a fighter. You look at his last performance against Simpe Way, and that was a guy who was coming off a good win against Chris John. And Nonito Donaire was able to win and win the title, but it wasn't impressive. He didn't win in an impressive fashion. It was stopped. There was an accidental cut that opened up. And Nonito Donaire was just begging and pleading and creating pauses in the action. Just stuff I haven't really seen in boxing. You can't really just turn your back and then complain to the ref and get timeouts. You know what I mean? This is a fight. This is nasty. Boxing is brutal. This is a combat sport. That's like any combat sport, any fighting sport, UFC, boxing, BKB. If you're leaking and blood's trickling down, you really got to figure it out until you go into that corner. And I've seen people with nasty cuts, their eyes finna fall out, just different stuff in the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? I seen somebody, I forgot, I want to say Larry Holmes. It was an old Larry Holmes fight when he was kind of flabby and sick. And he's a heavyweight, obviously. He took the mouthpiece out and threw up. You know what I mean? Boxing is brutal business. And Nonito Donaire was creating pauses and rest periods in the fight. Like, these are 3-minute rounds. You're not supposed to be able to do that. The ref is supposed to be the only one that can call a halt to the action, or a doctor or something. So I thought that was kind of weird. Even in the rematch with Vic Darchinyan, that was supposed to be a tune-up fight right after your fight with Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux, okay, obviously masterclass boxer, hell of an amateur pedigree, and they put you in against someone you had already beat like 6 years previously by knockout. That was one of the fights that put you up on the map, because Vic Darchinyan in the lower weight divisions was feared. He was a big puncher. He was aggressive, herky-jerky style, etc. And that was one of the fights that put you on the map. That and the Montiel fight. And those were where a star was born with Nonito Donaire. So they put you in a fight that was supposed to be pretty much a tune-up. You already knocked this dude out. And in the end, he was able to knock Darchinyan out again. However, he struggled, and he struggled badly, and it was a bad fight, and it looked like he was getting hurt in that fight. So he mustered up enough to get the job done. It just wasn't an impressive performance. So Nicholas Walter, fast forward to him, he fought Darchinyan, and he stretched Darchinyan out bad. I mean, Darchinyan, he looked bad. He was reminiscent of Nonito Donaire's first knockout, but possibly even worse. He got Darchinyan bad, you know what I'm saying? So you got a up-and-coming talent who's trying to build. He wants what Nonito Donaire has, because Nonito Donaire still has a name that travels through the sport of boxing. So you got a guy in the uprise and a guy who was undefeated for like 11 years, something like that. Then he fought Rigondeaux, and he just seems like he's missing something. And it's weird, because I used to see Donaire at the fights. I still see him taking pictures and at certain fights and stuff, but he's just super low-key. I know he had a kid and different stuff like that. It just, his mentality does not seem the same post Rigondeaux. That 12th round was bad for him in the Rigondeaux fight too. Some people brag about this knockdown because Donaire knocked down Rigondeaux. They did it right immediately after clinch. Nonito has fast hands, and he was able to sneak Rigondeaux with one and really caught Rigondeaux off balance. And then Rigondeaux got right back up, right back to the game plan, and again had Donaire backpedaling in the 12th round. So this is going to be a good fight. And it's on a good fight card. I really like Marco Antonio Rubio versus Triple G. Now, I'm a realist. I want to see Triple G versus Cotto. I want to see Triple G versus Canelo. But realistically, those fights happening this year wasn't really likely. So this is still a good fight. Rubio versus Triple G is a good fight. Rubio has power. We know Triple G has fucking power. You've seen Curtis Stevenson's face when he hit the canvas. So that's a good fight in itself. StubHub, they're really like making, I don't know. I'm just feeling these StubHub fights. They're just making these action-packed, explosive fights. And this is a good fight card. Again, Donaire versus Walter. It's a good test. And we're going to see the younger dog with the old dog just to really see how much Nonito Donaire has it. How bad does he want to stay at the top? And it's crazy. I don't recall in recent memory many people who had Donaire's success, his journey, where he was undefeated for like 11 years, knocking people out and breaking Jeffrey Matabula's jaw, knocking Jorge Arce out and putting him into retirement, and then he unretired and all that. Nishioka was undefeated for 9 years. Donaire had him gun shy, etc. Then he met with Rigondeaux and just fell the fuck off. It's like you don't care about boxing, you don't hear from him, and it's rare that you see somebody like that turn into a phantom. Like guys like Shane Mosley, they had been slowly losing and stuff like that, and then they slowly kind of phase out of the sport. But Donaire was on top, being mentioned on people's pound for pound list, and then after the Rigondeaux shit, he just doesn't look like his heart's in it, or he doesn't look like the same fighter. So this is going to be an ultimate test against a young, strong guy in Nicholas Walter. Really see what the fuck Donaire has at this point and how much he has left to give this sport. And we would probably see a knockout, I would want to say. I think one of these dudes will get knocked out. It's a good fight. Let me know what you guys think. Nonito Donaire versus Nicholas Walters. Again, if you don't know Nicholas Walters, do the research. Do your homework. I suggest it. Watch out. The kid, he can crack. He has some good abilities. So mark my words, when this fight happens, this is a good fight. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like the video as always. Hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.